It's here on Wednesday night that the next chapter in the Bush administration's bailout plan will be written. A vote is expected in the US Senate on a modified version of the plan, and both presidential candidates are expected to be there. Members of Congress, who scuppered the plan in spectacular fashion on Monday, won't be back in session until Thursday. Earlier, George Bush delivered a message to those who had opposed his bailout, including 133 rebels from his own party.
Our country is not facing a choice between government action and the smooth functioning of the free market. We're facing a choice between action and the real prospect of economic hardship for millions of Americans.
Bush and his economic team are determined to get the legislation back on track, and as one Washington insider told Al Jazeera, it's not impossible.
I think that it is unlikely that the Congress will want to leave town without passing some version of a rescue package. They won't want to go back and face the electorate with the economy melting down.
On Tuesday, John McCain and Barack Obama both warned of catastrophe for ordinary Americans if Congress does fail to act.
I call on everyone in Washington to come together in a bipartisan way to address this crisis. And I know that many of the solutions to this problem may be unpopular, but the dire consequences of inaction will be far more damaging to the economic security of American families, and the fault will all be ours.
While there's plenty of blame to go around, and many in Washington and Wall Street deserve it, all of us now have a responsibility to solve this crisis.
I do think that Treasury does need to do something to help the industry, but I think the plan as crafted is not good.
My hope is that they do a better job of explaining to the American people how this is going to affect us, and maybe they'd have better buy-in if we just kind of knew what effect it would have on sort of the average person. They saved Wall Street, but the American people are hurting just as badly.
Unfortunately for the politicians, public opinion for now does seem to be firmly against the US president's bailout plan. George Bush's latest warnings over the economy are actually the 7th time in as many days that he's issued a public plea for Congress to approve his bailout plan. But with the US president's influence evidently on the wane here in Washington, the question is, who's really listening? Sebastian Walker, Al Jazeera, Washington.